Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, people of the world? 16 today is a Black Ops gameplay. I'm just uploading this as my last Black Ops gameplay I probably will ever do on my channel. I mean, I'm probably going to say that, and then Black Ops 2 will bore me after a while, and then I won't want to play Modern Warfare 3, so I'll play Black Ops. But yeah, playing Black Ops here, guys. I did pretty well. I got 56 and 2, I believe. I recorded this one a long time ago, and I actually got this gameplay over a year. Yeah, a year ago, I want to say. So, it's a pretty goddamn old gameplay, so if I'm camping in this, sorry, didn't mean it, just wanted to do well, so don't, call me a tryhard or anything. I just wanted to get me some kills, and I ended up getting this pretty nice gameplay. So, today I'm just going to be talking about a couple of things that's been on my mind recently. First of those things is running. And running, I guess, I want to keep this short because people might not be interested in that. But I have been running for about a couple months now, and I'm starting to, really enjoy it. I'm actually starting to quite like running, and it's something that people... When you first start this thing, and when you first, venture out and start running and whatever, it's horrible. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this thing is it's painful, especially when you're unfit. And I've always been unfit my whole life. I've been the kid who is probably technically really good at sport. However, I am not fit. I can't run for very long or far, and it's just one of those things. I've always been like that, and recently I've been wanting to change that, and I've been wanting to kind of make me fitter, make me feel better, and I wanted to get me an interest after I finished kickboxing. I mean, I did kickboxing for a few years. I did about 3 years, I think, and yeah, I mean, I liked kickboxing, but towards the end of it, I guess the one thing that I didn't like about kickboxing was the idea that I had to go to this place that was, firstly, it had these mats. So in gym class, I'm trying to go all American with you guys, but in gym class, or PE as we would call it in the UK, basically, have you those mats? Have you got those like leather mats that you can do whatever on? Like, say if you're doing sit-ups, you have a mat underneath it, like a gym mat. They'll be like that in this kickboxing place. I don't know what you call it. And the mats would be so goddamn cold, like the whole time. They make me feel like I'm losing a toe. I'm being serious here, guys. Like, at one stage, because you do it in barefoot, because you got a kick and whatever. It was so horrible. It was so goddamn bad. Like, to the point where I actually didn't want to do it because my feet were cold. And that's not the only reason. That sounds pretty much gay as fuck. Other reasons is that when you're doing this kind of cardio kind of thing, especially when you're sparring, which I'm going to go into, because the building had arches on the top. There was like an arc, and both on either side of that arc, there was 2 skylight windows, and in the summer it would be incredibly hot. It would be so goddamn hot, like I would be melting. I would be physically melting. I'd be dying, especially when I'm doing sparring. Especially when you do continuous sparring. That shit's horrible. And when in the winter. The winter, it was like fucking ice. It was ice. It was horrible. It was so goddamn cold. I couldn't do anything. It was horrible. And I think the enemy have actually got dogs here, which is pretty bad. But yeah, so back on topic. I hated that place. I hate the places where they do it, because they used to do it in the Valentine gym, which is a pretty good, nice gym. It's got loads of good facilities and stuff like that. I don't want to call it the like arena thing, I don't know what you call it, studio, that's it. The studio that we used to do it in was, really nice, air conditioned, the basic fundamentals. And this place that they changed it to, and they moved it to because I was getting into the higher grades, it sucked loads of ass, it really did. And I'm not going on a bit of a rant here, guys, but like when I think in this, I want to say, in the second year or the first year of me doing this thing, and I had to actually go to this place, they made me spar with adults because, you know, the guys I used to do it with, like the guys who were around my age, they were a lower grade. They were much lower grade than I was, and I would just pwn ass. I'm being serious. Like these guys, they couldn't do anything because I've been doing it for so long. It's like I'm experienced, and there was a couple guys who were pretty goddamn good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. They made us, the people who were good, do it with the adults, and that was horrible because these guys were, when I was fairly short. I'm not gonna lie. But these guys were like 6 foot tall, and they were just they'd beat the shit out of you on your third round. And the way that continuous sparring works, if you don't know, is that you start off, you know, against a random person, and the objective is to just, you know, make sure you don't get hit. It's one of those things that you just spar. It's fairly simple. And the second one, all of a sudden you're out of breath. All of a sudden you are dead. You feel dead because you've just, you know, ran a marathon. It's like, I was going to use a comparative to when, you know, I do running. It's like after running, it's like make you run again. It's like, wow, why? But yeah, it was pretty much like that. That's what it felt like. You know, you have to do it again, and it's like, oh my god, I'm dying. And then on your third round, you'd be put against this monster, this guy who has been doing it for like 6-7 years. He's like almost black belt, and he's, you know, just Emil Heskey. He's just a massive guy, and you get your ass kicked, and you'd be like defending, you'll be holding your arms in front of you, you've been side on, you're like, oh my god, and you'd die. You'd actually just get your ass kicked, and that was horrible. I hated that aspect, and especially in the summer when it's really hot and you've got all these pads on, and you know, when you take off the helmet thing, the hat thing, the head guard, my hair, I used to have quite long hair, my hair would be soaking wet. It would be like I just had a shower. That's how bad and how hot it was. And yeah, it was horrible. And I know this has just turned into kickboxing now. I'm sorry. But you know, since then I haven't really done anything. And now I've started to do running. It's some new kind of thing because I'm having competitions against myself, competitions against my dad, competitions against other people at this thing. And park run is a very, very cool thing. I really do enjoy it. I mean, as much as I hate getting up quite early in the morning on a Saturday, you know, 7 a.m. is horrible after, you know, you stay up until about 2:30. And, you know, I do it, run, midway through the run, I'm like, oh, when will this motherfucker end? And when I finish, I'm like, damn, I ran pretty fast that time, you know. This weekend, it was really cold. I mean, for the UK, it's probably not that cold compared to some of you guys who live, you know, in cold places, but you know, we had fairly cold weather. I'm not, you know, 100% on temperature, but it was goddamn cold. There was some winds, quite windy out there, and when you're running into the wind, and if you've ever done that, it's so difficult to breathe, especially when you're running, because when you're running, the objective is to breathe. Like, you want to breathe because it's horrible when you can't. And I'm going on and on here, guys, but you know, it's difficult to do a commentary on something you love and not go on and on into the specifics. So I think that's it, guys. So if you did enjoy this gameplay and commentary, please click like. That really helps me out. And if you want to see more, please click subscribe. See you guys. Bye.